Hi guys and welcome to the Board Games Chronicle channel. Today we shall talk about a very special game. Today we shall talk about Total War Rome. Why I'm saying this is a pretty special game for at least several reasons. First of all, I'm not sure how you, but I played a lot of Total War games, be it Rome 1, Rome 2, I played Shogun, I played, Imperial, Napoleon, and all, I believe almost all installments. So I'm a true fan of this. And when the announcement came, like 4 years ago, something like this, that there will be a board game which will be based on this fantastic, let's say, series of digital games, I was thrilled. The Plastic Soldiers Company initially started to work on this together with the owner of a digital mark, so I believe it was Sega. But due to some problems, they actually abandoned the project. Fortunately, the group of devoted developers took over the project on themselves and had a goal to bring it to fruition. Unfortunately, due to various hiccups, I will not tell you about it a lot. There are updates in the crowdfunding campaign. Simon Hall, who is the author and designer of this game, briefed us a lot, and after all those problems, struggles, I'm so thrilled that he prevailed and he brought us the final product which I was able to test already during the Essen 2024 fair, and which I believe is a really nice game. What we shall do today is to look inside the box, look at the components, tell you a little bit about mechanics, but for the mechanics we'll have a separate material where I will show you them. First of all, the box is pretty large, sturdy, heavy. On the other side, we have nicely shown the map, the four factions, some close-ups, and also the description components and all other stuff which you would normally find on the box. So let's see what's inside. It's pretty heavy stuff. Okay, opening it. Let me put aside this. So what do we have in the box? First of all, we have several books, and one thing which I really like is that we have this, because this is exactly what's in the box. It describes each and every element in the box, so you can quickly reference it whenever you read in the rulebook, for example. At the same time, you have also a quick setup for your first game, how to set it up in a pretty balanced way, and how the people will sit around it and where they will have a forces. So first game setup and what's in the box. Pretty cool to have it. Then we have two books. One is the rule book, the rules, and the other one is a reference manual. Rule book is not overly long. I believe it has like 12 pages, something like this. Yeah. Yes. So actually 10 pages of a text. The reference manual is much longer and has like 36. So here you would get all the rules needed to play the game. But here you will see their implementation, their explanation, the examples of play. So I really like how was it divided. Now for the rule book, you see this, it starts with an explanation of victory points and how to win the game. Then we have a game board, the components. One thing which I'm lacking is unfortunately the table of contents, but because of saving the space it was removed. Then you have the phases described: initiative, agent phase, taxation. There will be a big chapter about the combat, land battles. Then we have naval battles, spending phase, making enemies, and so on and so forth. So you see, there is not so many things here in this rule book, basic rules which you would expect. However, the implementation of the rules is something which makes this game unique and really interesting. Then we have reference manual, and this is something you would like to read before your first game. We have designer notes, we have examples, a lot of examples, and we have a glossary. Now, what Simon writes in designer notes, I believe it was also published in other sources I had a chance to read, but he was standing in front of a really huge task: how to bring the digital game to the board. I already played several such translations, and honestly, rarely they were really successful. What computer can calculate in a split of second is not something you can calculate in your brain, unfortunately. So you cannot have that level of complexity which you have in the digital game on the board. And this is exactly what he writes here. And also he writes about some specific elements of the game, of the digital game, and how they were transferred to the board. Like you have 2 tags in order to build armies, yes, and you have it also on the board. Each province has some gold value. You can develop your faction's capabilities, and you have your faction, let's say mat, which shows this. You will be using your agents. There will be 2, and there will be actions on the cards, which nicely show it. So on and so forth. And then, when we start with the 4 major factions, we'll have Rome, we'll have Carthage, we'll have Greece, and we'll have barbarian tribes. So something which I would like to give, credit to Simon. We have 4 nations which actually were living together during the same time. I played recently the Monumental, for example, and I have, completely different, ancient times civilizations brought together. Here, this makes sense. Yeah, we have that explanation of a dice system. I will show you the dice later, but in essence, there are 5 dice. The red is the strongest, the black is the weakest, where you have hit, half hit, and some special, attack. And this is resolved during the battle. The units, depending whether they are in the clear terrain or difficult terrain, will have different number of dice. And what you would expect from the phalangites, but they will have good dice in the open terrain, 2 yellow, and really poor die in the difficult terrain, only 1 white. Okay, more and more examples, strategic concepts, examples, further examples. So this is exactly, guys, something you would like to read once you familiarize yourself with the rules. Example of a battle. Yeah, large battle with diagrams. So you have 2 groups, 2 armies, and what's going on in particular combat phase. Nicely shown. Yep. And then we have a glossary, which can be also important. Whatever is in italic will be in the glossary section. So, and you can make notes. So really, really nice, reference manual. I appreciate it, definitely. Okay, then we will have player aids, I believe, quick reference sheet, and almost all the rules are here, and with time you will only use this. So this shows the card details. This is the card of a unit. This is the card of a general. You can see star levels of general. You can see the special abilities of general, which are then explained here. You have always the type of a unit and how it's actually fighting. So, for example, this is infantry, and this is in the close combat. So That's veteran hoplites, who they are. You will be able to upgrade the units and make them veterans during the play, as well as general. This is something which we have in the digital game, and this is also something which we have in the board game. And here we have quick reference sheet with all main actions which the agents can take. And we have here the second one. Now we have player mats. Let me open them. As you can see, this is a fresh delivery. So there are 4 of them: Rome, Barbarians, Carthage, Greece. So let us look at Rome. What do we have here? First of all, we have the place for the tokens of other civilizations, whether they are allied to us, friendly, neutral, enemy. We have a cost of purchasing the particular units. This is our development system, as you can see, and the cost to develop. We'll be getting 1 victory point for each column which we manage to fully develop. Here is the space for navies. Here is the space for 4 armies. And here we have action cards and reserve cards. So all the stuff here. Very nice. Similar with other factions, but of course different costs, different units, different developments. Yep. And same for the barbarians and for the Greece. Most probably for Macedonians, actually. Really like it. It really resembles the digital game, but with not so much burden which has to be processed in the digital game. Now, we have the money. As you can see, we'll need to push them out. And then we have the tokens, the markers. So these are the, I believe, control markers. Those, and this is, this is unrest. Need to check why do we have on the black background and on the yellow background, but yeah, something which can be checked later. And now we will look at the map, but maybe before we look at the map, we look first at the content of the box. First of all, we have several miniatures which will represent our armies. For example, yeah, here is the miniature of the third army. So they will be moving on the map and they will be cross-referenced with this. Yeah, there could be up to 5 armies. As you can see, not only 4, but up to 5. So yeah, this is pretty nice, and I believe not too much plastic in the game is good. Then what do we have? We have those die about which I was telling you. Let me just put it here. So yeah, laser cut. This is half hit. This is full hit, and this is special. And there are also blanks. There is one 12-sided die, which also be used. Okay, then we have the navies. Let me get them out. A maximum 2 navies per player, per faction. Yeah. And here we have agents. Let me also get them out. I will put buggies aside. Okay, here are the agents. You can have up to 3, as you can see. Okay. What else do we have here? Let me show you first the components, then we'll look at the cards. Here we'll have most probably the roads, yeah, for the development of the economy. Here I'm not sure what is it, but looks like some buildings. Okay, here will be the Great World Wonders. That's something which you had also in the digital game. Some of those will be markets. Some of those will be barracks, most probably. Okay, you see, you are helping me during this unboxing to put this stuff around. Okay, so even more of those. And I will need to remove it soon because, as you can see, I have also the upgraded components. Okay, cards. Let me take my card. Let me start with the ROM. Let us open it and see what do we get inside. Yeah, because that's important. Okay. Okay, so we have a lot of units here, as you can see. And this is Imperial Legionaries. You can see that they fight pretty decent in open terrain. Not so bad in the rough terrain. And the upgrade cost is like marked here. Okay. The initial armies will have numbers on them. Oh, veteran legionary. A bit better, you know. Statistics. Auxiliaries. Okay. Imperial Praetorians. Imperial Auxiliary Archers, also important. Ballista. Onagers. Great. Putting this here. Now, let us look at the barbarians, because they will be also interesting. How they were depicted in this game. Okay, lowland warriors. Probably will have also highland naked gestate. Slingers, heavy cavalry, noble cavalry, chariots. And here are the generals: Medicore, competent. And here you have the names: Arovistus, Vercingetorix. So some of the greatest generals of those times. Actions are the cards which are used by the agents. They can be played or they can be discarded for gold. Opening this. So here they are. Various actions and also money you can get from this. A lot of them. You will have a lot of ways to, unfortunately, make some damage. Here is, for example, the initiative card, and I believe we'll have also the navies here. So guys, a lot of cool stuff here, as I told you. And we have not yet looked at the map. Okay, so that way we will be drawing the initiative cards, and whoever has, I believe the lowest is the first player, and then we can, you know, set other players will put it like this, the order, yeah, at the table. And then we have the navies. There is maximum 2, as I told you. Ship. Yeah. So all those are ships. And yeah, this will be the mercenaries deck. For example, Balearic Slingers. This will be the Greek deck. These are the hoplites. I will not be opening them. This is even more of the Roman units. This will be Carthage, of course. So tons, simply tons of cards for each and every faction, because you would like also to have upgrades, and that is why you will require all those cards. And this is something cool, because this is also a resemblance of a digital game, where you were able to also have upgrades of your units. I really like that it's possible. As you can see, this has a very nicely done storage and sorting solution, so this is pretty cool. Now let's put it aside and let's have a look at the map. The map is really nice, decently sized, with all the important areas there. So yeah, here we have the sequence of phase sequence and battle sequence. Here we have victory point track. You can have 3 types of game: short, medium, and long. Here is the province. You can see Rome, 3 gold. You can see also the rough terrain, mountains, and this is the forest. What else? Some of the areas have mercenaries, but they are really difficult to conquer. A starting area for the Greece is of course Athens. Here is the Carthage, and here I believe we'll have the barbarians starting. Yeah. Here you will fight with the Balearic slingers. In essence, you start in your main province and then try to move around, yeah, and conquer, you know, the other provinces. Here, as Rome, you will start here. As Greece, you will start here. As Carthage, you can see those areas plus south. Here we have the initial barbarian terrains. Okay guys, I believe that's all for the base game. I have something more for you. What I would like to show to you guys is also some extras which you can get with a base game. First of all, these are the upgraded coins, heavy ones, metal ones. They really feel good in hand. Let us see some of them. I never had the upgraded coins, but thanks to the generosity of Simon and CCC company, I received them. So let me put them here in this nice baggie for the time being. Here we have the higher nominals, definitely higher ones, 5s and 10s. Okay, will be cool to play with those. Then we have the upgrade to the buildings, the detailed upgraded buildings pack. So let's have a look at some of those beautiful buildings. Yeah, this is not so generic, sorry, it falls that way. Here we have the markets, and here we have probably some other stuff, and this will be the wonders. Okay, I will need to sort it out in the box, but what I was really interested in is this battle play expansion. You remember when you played on the Total War on your computer, you could automatically resolve the battle, or you can get inside. This expansion allows you to play the battles in the Rome Total War board game, just like you played this in the digital version. Of course, this will prolong the game, just as it was prolonging the digital game. However, I believe this is a very important addition, because this is something which you had in the digital game. It says 15 minutes because the battles were relatively quick. And let us have a look what's inside. First of all, you will have set of tactic cards. Those tactic cards will be used by generals. If you don't have general, you don't have any tactic card. And the number of tactic cards you will be drawing at random will equal the number of the stars, so the level of a general. Makes sense for me, definitely. Okay, opening this. Yeah, these are all tactic cards. Devastating change, unreliable allies, melee expert, reroll one entire combat roll in a file in phase 2. Ambush. Very, very nice things. When what we have is a battle expansion, kind of a rule book, which tells you about the map which is used here, how to set it up, how to fight, and then we have, of course, the example. There's plenty of examples in those materials, which are really cool because they exactly show you what was the intention of the creator. Then we have the actual map for the battles. Let me open it. Here it is. Yep, you can see 7, and the terrain can be put here, and the terrain itself we have here. Let me just throw it away. So this will be sea, most probably sea coast. Here we have some woods. Okay. Here we have desert, dunes, and also woods. So with this, you will be able to simulate much deeper and more detailed, battles, which we also had in the digital version. So I'm really glad to see this, that we are getting that expansion. So wanted to show you guys those several additions to the game, and I believe we went through all the components. We went through all the components of the Rome Total War, the board game. So just to close up, let me take this big, sorry for this, big box. I'm always. So this is everything which I got for you, a big box and extras, a fantastic game, the Rome Total War. Come back to the times of my digital plays, now brought to the board game table. I really can't wait to simply play it. As said, the intention of the author is to have a pretty quick and straightforward system, which shines thanks to the simply implementation of many simple rules. That's all for today I have for you. I will definitely create more materials about Total War Rome. If you liked this material, do not hesitate and give thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content like this, kindly please subscribe. That's all for today. Thank you very much for being with me, and thank you for watching.